Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Node Investor here, bringing you a quick update on these markets. We've been watching Bitcoin. Pretty much the main thing I'm watching right now is going to lead the market. So, seeing a little action here. Want to bring you an update. You know what I'm thinking right now? It's really a split market. Some things that are looking good, some things I'm liking. I'll get into that here, and there's a lot that I don't like and that are leaning bearish in my opinion. And so it's a little bit of a split market. Time will tell. August 1st could not come any sooner in my opinion. But, you know, it's just a date in the calendar, guys. I get it. There's a hard fork happening. At the end of the day, what matters is how the market reacts to it. And it may just blow over. So you just never know. For now, I'm just going to watch the charts. I'm going to take day by day, see what happens, and take my cues off of that. And so let's take a look at the markets here. Bitcoin is moving up in recent couple hours here. So if you've been following, I've been pointing out a couple of key levels of support and resistance that I've been watching. The big one here was this kind of band in the high 2300, low 2400 area with, you know, kind of 2400 being right that key level. And we came right down to it and we really touched it. And looking good so far, and seems like it wants to hold. And then just here recently, nice big volume pop to the upside and looking good, looking like it wants to move above these moving averages. If we zoom in a little bit to the hourlies, you can see here volume's really coming in. And let me hide this here so it doesn't get in the way here. So there you go. So you can see volume really coming in. You can see the shorter term moving averages are all starting to turn up a little bit here. So the next level that I'm going to really be keeping a close eye on is, you know, this area that really was the breakdown, right? So when we really broke down here, just above 2700, you can call it 2700 even. Just, you know, that little range, that 2700, you know, 2690 to low 2700s. If we get above that, guys, that's going to be a really positive sign. It's going to be a really good sign that this was a little bit of a shakeout, but it was steep and fast, and it's just nice that it held these levels. We're pretty much bouncing into that resistance right now, but it's good that it got above this little range that we've been in here the last couple of days. We were in this $2,400–$2,500 range. Couldn't really get above 2,600 up until recently. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's looking good. This is what I'm talking about here. Let me show you the little range that, you know, just in the last couple of days was really edging and kind of just headed up to the top of that range here recently today, and then popped above it, and volume was there. It looks like it wants to go higher in my opinion. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's looking good. Here's the thing that I'm watching though is, let me go to CoinMarketCap. So on CoinMarketCap, right, we're back at 90 billion right now, mostly Bitcoin moving higher. But if you look at the percent change here the last 24 hours, Bitcoin up 6% in the last 24 hours. That's a big move for Bitcoin. You look at Ethereum, pretty much flat. Look at Ripple, nothing. Litecoin, nothing. Some of the ones I've been liking here are moving pretty decently. NAM's good. Dash, I've been into Dash. Didn't really do anything in the last 24 hours. And you know, just kind of the story, right? 0, 0, Stratus flat, EOS, we'll get into that here in a minute, Neo, but it's a split tape out there, right? You would think with Bitcoin moving up 6%, you would see these other ones kind of just rip into the upside even more so, and they're not. So that's just a little bit of a red flag to me. Could be just a lot of money moving back into Bitcoin, maybe in anticipation of the hard fork and people wanting to get some extra coin off of that. So, you know, you have BCC and Bitcoin, so who knows? But I was expecting to see some of these other ones be a little stronger with Bitcoin moving as much as it is. So just interesting to note. Now, if you're getting my newsletter, another one I pointed out here was EOS. So let's go to that chart. I think it's time to look at EOS, guys. Now, EOS is a newer one, and they came out recently. When they first came out, just really rocketed to the upside. Let me show you the chart here. Let's zoom out a little bit. And so you can see when they first debuted, pretty much went to $5, almost $6 before having a pretty sharp pullback. Brought it back down all the way to $1 basically. And so for those of you that get the newsletter, you've already seen me talk about this, but I basically pointed out yesterday in the one I sent out that look at this pattern. It's really kind of basing out here at the bottom. and this is the area I'm looking at. And if it breaks out here, it could have a decent little run that, fundamentally, if you believe in EOS, they've got a lot of work to do. There might be a lot of supply out there. I get all that. Very ambitious project, one to definitely keep an eye on. But in the near term, this is going to be one that could be a nice little decent trade. So as I pointed out yesterday, I picked some up here early around a 170, and I'm going to be adding some more if it does break out. And so, I pointed out yesterday that we're still far away. We're about 20% away from the breakout zone. But I'm adding to that, and if it breaks out here, it could have a little decent run. So you could see EOS go up. Let me see here. If it breaks out above that point, you could see it pop up to this next resistance zone, which 20, 28, maybe 30% gain here. And if it can get above that, I mean, who knows? Maybe you can get a 60%er out if it gets up to over $3. And so, not a bad little trade there if it happens that way. So where I'm keeping my stop is this one just below this 150 area. If it starts to pull in, that'll invalidate this. But I got in a little early. There was no signal other than me just seeing this pattern that I was liking and taking a shot at it. So I was kind of watching this. Initially was forming a double bottom. And that would have been a double bottom right here with a little bit of a handle and then a breakout, but that handle didn't really quite work out. It went a little too deep, and so now it's kind of forming this right shoulder, and even better. So it kind of had this triple test to the downside, and looking like this neckline is almost lining up with that horizontal support resistance area. So if it breaks above that neckline, that'll be a nice little inverted head and shoulder pattern for EOS. And one I'm going to be watching, again, this is the EOS USD chart. If you look at the BTC, you can see here it's holding a pretty good low here in recent days. So I think it's bottomed versus BTC. It might start outperforming if it breaks out. So one I'm watching. I'm liking all the green volume here, just consistently moving up here the last couple of days. So keep an eye on EOS, guys. If you're not looking at it, I'd definitely be taking a second look at this one. Watch for that breakout above $2 there. What else? Let me see here. I don't want to go through the whole market today. I want to keep this brief, just letting you guys know Bitcoin's starting to move up. Here's one that I've been watching. You guys know I like Litecoin, and I've been into this. I pointed out the head and shoulder pattern that it's been forming on the dailies here recently. Granted, it's not a perfect head and shoulder, but this shoulder is still forming to the right side here. I don't like that. It's starting to break the 50-day. And I've lightened up on Litecoin significantly here in the last recent days. And I just think it's going to underperform Bitcoin here. I mean, if you go to the BTC chart, if you guys remember, I kind of pointed out this little double top on Litecoin that had formed. Let me zoom out a little bit here for you guys. So you see this double top. It did that, and then sure enough, when it broke this support that we had been watching, pretty much just really broke down. So it's bouncing right now, and it's pretty much hitting these moving averages, and now it looks like it wants to go lower. So even if Bitcoin goes up, the USD price or the euro price of Litecoin might not be too bad, but I think it's going to underperform Bitcoin. And so that's just the way the chart's looking right now. Which is why I have significantly reduced my exposure to the Litecoin. And so that's what I mean when it's split. I'm seeing some of these patterns where I'm going, that doesn't look good. And, Dash potentially might be doing a double top if it doesn't want to break above that 200 here soon. And so those are the ones I'm watching. But on the flip side, EOS looks really strong. Neo, I added to Neo yesterday, and that looks like it wants to keep going higher. I'm liking NEM. Stratus was really strong, but just kind of breaking down here recently, so I've lightened up on that one. And some of the other ones just don't look strong right now. Ripple doesn't look strong. And that's what I'm saying. Some of these that are just underperforming. So it's kind of a split. Maybe there's just some reallocation happening right now. IOTA is one that I like. And so it's kind of a mixed bag. I'll keep you guys posted on if I see some more setups. That reminds me, if you guys aren't following me, hit me up on Twitter. I'm on Twitter at nodeinvestor.com. If you don't get the newsletter and you want to sign up, go to nodeinvestor.com. You can sign up for free there. Just plug in your email. I use that as a faster way to kind of just send some quick updates, some charts, And for those of you that are new, I know there's a lot of newer folks here. I do offer a couple of video course tutorials here. So I offer two of them. One, Cryptocurrency 101. If you're just getting started, you want to understand what's a wallet, how do they work, where do I get them, what exchanges do I use, just some of that in general. This is a course that's for you. It's $40. And then if you want to learn more about technical analysis, how to read a chart, what's a candlestick, how do you find support resistance zones, patterns, head and shoulders, cup and handles, all that stuff. I go over all that in this course. I've had a lot of positive feedback. So I appreciate all the feedback that I've gotten from you guys that have taken it already. Some of you have asked about one-on-one consulting and mentoring and some of that. I really would like to, but I just, right now from a time constraint perspective, I just can't. But what I am going to do is, for those of you that have taken the course already, I will be sending you guys an email, guys and gals, you folks an email with some information, and I'm going to be doing some small group webinars for you guys that have purchased that. So look out for that. Those will be free, so it's just going to be kind of a little follow-up, have some questions, some Q&A. We can discuss just various topics that I'll throw out there for you guys. So look out for that in the coming days. But for now, guys, Bitcoin is looking like it wants to move higher. Let's go back to the charts. Again, I'm liking it here. Nothing to complain about. Let's zoom out a little bit on the daily. On the daily, it's above the 50. It's above the 10 moving average. So, it's not bad. So just keep an eye on it here. Really, the key area to watch is, can we get above this little 2700 area? If we can break back into the 2700s, things will be looking very positive for Bitcoin. But you know how these markets go. There's news, there's exchanges, there's hacks, there's Mayweather talking about his latest ICO. Just, it's crazy out there right now. And just take it one day at a time, guys. I'll keep you guys posted. Until next time, take care.